on Clare Street in Dublin, up to 22 people are crammed into one house, paying up to €890 for a bed. And Taoiseach, that's in a room with 3 or 4 other people, with the landlord raking in almost €20,000 a month. This is not a functional housing system. This is a return to tenement conditions which were rampant in the worst years of this state. It should not be tolerated, but your government seems to think differently. Because today, Taoiseach, you're calling it practical and pragmatic to charge market rents for cabins in back gardens. Let's be clear about what that means. Charging €2,000 to €3,000 a month for a shed in someone's garden, with no tenancy rights, because they will be rented out using licensing agreements. The same loophole is already being used in Clare Street right now. These renters have no security of tenure, no statutory notice periods, no rent controls and no access to the RTB. Renters are being thrown to the wolves, and this government is telling them they should be happy about it. It is outrageous. Taoiseach, I know so many young people across the country are angry today, but more than that, they are exhausted. They look at this government and what you are doing, and they just despair. And Taoiseach, would you blame them? What exactly is your vision for young people in this country? Is it for them to be ripped off by landlords, to scrimp and save, to live in garden sheds, to be denied their tenancy rights? Because unfortunately, Taoiseach, that is the legacy that you are leaving. For anyone watching today, I want to be clear, there are solutions to the housing crisis. Solutions like establishing a state construction company and modular homes factories to dramatically increase the supply of affordable homes, a new state savings scheme to raise billions to fund them, and a ban on no-fault evictions to protect renters instead of treating them like second-class citizens. These are all political choices the government could make, but refuses to. Taoiseach, how can you justify renters being charged extortionate rents to live in back gardens with no tenancy rights?
Deputy, I think you look at the world through one prism when it comes to housing. We look at it another, and my vision for young people, housing is number one, and it means a relentless focus on supply. You have opposed all supply measures in this House for the last number of years, and you keep on criticising every single initiative that we've undertaken. If we don't get supply up, we will not moderate rents. All the West is just populist waffle if we don't really focus on what matters. Now, when you talk about legacy, when government was formed in 2020, direct social housing bills were in the low thousands. Last year, we built 9,000 social homes in 2025, the highest on record since the state was founded. I'm quite happy, not happy, I'll never be happy to go higher, but that's a reasonable legacy in terms of permanent provision of social housing. And the good news is up to 23,000 more are in different stages of design and development. That's one aspect. The other is affordable. The other is cost rental. This week alone, I was at a sod turning yesterday, 800 new units. Not cabins, Deputy, you know, real units in Richmond. The Taoiseach was in Drogheda yesterday, about 500 to 600. And Minister Brown will be in Drogheda tomorrow, I think, with another 600. That's 2,000 houses, apartments, at sod turnings alone this week. We built 36,000 houses last year, delivered in 2025. That's the highest since records began, up 20% on 2024. 170,000 houses have been built since 2020, 50,000 apartment builds built. Planning momentum, 8,000 permissions in Q4 2025, up 19%. 20,000 houses granted permission in 2025, highest since 2009. And 8,000 commencement notices in Q1 2026. So these are facts. Not enough. We want to get to 50,000 per annum. No, in terms of the exemptions, you said exemptions were a good idea if just for family members. I think that's what you said. But can I ask you the question, if it's just for family members, they are no longer cabins? You know, you had very derogatory language when you said they were for rent. But if the very same structures were built for family members, what are they? No, they're not cabins anyway, because they have to submit, they have to be in alignment with the existing building regulations. And I think many people will welcome this. We'll keep it under review, Deputy. But we will look at every single way that we can ease pressure on people, ease pressure on the private rental market, and also give opportunities to people. We will follow up with guidelines in terms of rural housing. Because it is a crisis, housing is. But we're never going to solve it if we criticise every single measure that a government introduces, which you have been doing now for 5 years. I believe we have to explore every option to get more and more houses built.